Hi, 7th grade. Welcome to lesson 3-2, connect percent and proportion. By the end of the lesson, I want you to say, I can use proportions to solve percent problems. Let's solve and discuss it. A florist is making flower arrangements for a party. He uses purple and white flowers in a ratio of 3 purple flowers to 1 white flower. How many flowers will he need in order to make 30 identical arrangements? Well, if they've got 3 purple to 1 white, that's one arrangement. Pause the video and tell me how many flowers would be in 30 arrangements. Okay, so if we take this and multiply both by 30, we will see that he needs 90 purple and 30 white. Focus on math practices. If the florist can only buy white flowers in groups of flowers that have 3 white flowers and 2 red flowers, how many red flowers will the florist have to purchase? Explain your answer. So if we've got 3 white flowers and 2 red, and we know we're already going to 30 white, to get from 3 to 30, we multiply by 10. So whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do the top. So the florist is going to be left with 20 red flowers. Example number 1. Use a proportion to find the percent. The basketball team's statistician tracked the shots Emily made and she missed during the game. What percent of attempted shots did she make? Well, we see in the blue she makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She makes 9, so she made 9 and she missed 3. That means she attempted a total of 11 shots. Oh, not 11. You guys know me. 12 shots. Okay, so 9 is the amount of shots she made and 12 is the whole. Remember, we are doing part over whole. So 9 over 12 is equal to what percent over 100? We're trying to find the percent, so we use a variable p. So we're going to focus on our cross multiplying. 9 times 100 is 900. P times 12 is 12p. In order to solve for p, we're going to divide by 12. And p equals 75. So she made 75% of her shots. Camilla makes 2 of her 5 shots she attempted. If the percent of shots she made more than, less than, or the same as Emily's percent of shots. So we've got 2 over 5. Is 2 the part or the whole? Part. And 5 is the total, so that is the whole. So we are going to put 2 over 5. And what is percent always over? 100. Okay, so I'm not going to follow their steps. I'm just going to cross multiply. 2 times 100 equals 200. 5 times p is 5p. So we divide both sides by 5 because we're trying to get that p by itself. And we end up with p equals 40. So Camilla made 40% of her shots, and Emily made 75% of her shots. So Camilla's percent of shots made is less than Emily's. A hockey goalie stops 37 out of 40 shots. What percentage of attempted goals did she stop? So remember, we're doing part over whole equals percent always over 100. So the part is 37 over the whole of 40, which is equal to, we don't know what the percentage over 100. So the first step is to cross multiply. So we get 3,700 equals 40p. Trying to get p by itself means we have to divide both sides by 40. So we divide by 40, p equals 92.5. So she stopped 92.5%. This number makes sense to me because 37 is really close to 40, so she should have stopped almost 100% of the shots. Example number 2, use a proportion to find the part. A plan to expand Megan's room will make the length of the room 175% of the current length. I already see that, so I'm already going to put 175 over 100. 175%. Remember, per means to divide, cent means 100. What would be the new length of her room? So draw a bar diagram to represent problem and then write a percent proportion to find the new length. So we know the length right now is already 4. That's our 100% right now. We want to find out what it's going to be when it's 175%. So we cross multiply. We get 100p is equal to, and then we do 175 times 4, which is 700. Trying to skip p alone. P is being bothered by 100. Do the inverse operation. Divide by 100. So p equals 7. So the new length of the room will be 7 meters. And this makes sense because 175 is bigger than 100%, which means her room is going to get bigger, and 7 is bigger than 4. Example 3, use a proportion to find the whole. The nutrition label shows the percents of recommended daily intake for nutrients found in a serving of soy milk. How many milligrams of calcium should you consume each day? Write a percent proportion to find the amount of calcium. Well, it says 20%, so I already see this should be automatic. 20 over 100 equals. And that 20% is 260. But I don't know what my whole is. I don't know how much I should consume in total in a day. Cross multiply, so that gives me 20W equals 260 times 100, 26,000. Trying to get W by itself, so we're going to divide by 20. These cancel, and W equals 1,300. Which makes sense because it should be bigger than 260. That is the whole. Try it. Megan's room is expanded, so the width is 150%. You already see this percent. You already know I'm going to do 150 over 100. So the width is 150% of 3 meters. So 3 meters is what it used to be. What is the new width? Cross multiply. 150 times 3 is 450. 100 times x is 100x. Divide both sides by 100. The new width of her room is 4.5 meters, which makes sense because that's bigger than 3. Use the soy milk label in example 3. What is the recommended amount of iron needed each day? So we're doing the same type of problem as example 3, but now we're using iron. So it says 45%. Light bulb goes off. I put 45 right over 100. And we know 45% is 8 milligrams. But I don't know how much I should have in one day. So I cross multiply. 45 times x is 45x. 8 times 100 is 800. Trying to get x alone, so we divide by 45 on both sides. This cancels. X equals 800 divided by 45. 17.7 repeating. And I believe that's milligrams. Yep. Alright, 7th grade. Let's say it. I can use proportions to solve percent problems. Have a super great day.